Is this what are we going to call this part of the process? Is this just 3D modeling?
Yeah, this is just sculpting inside of
Sculpting?
ZBrush. This is something that Lorette has been working on inside of the Shard Bluff region, and she's just been cracking away at some of these rock assets and trying to bring them to life. As you can see, the tubes are placeholder. A lot of this stuff is work in progress, so eventually these will be glowing orange vines that kind of spew out lava.
Whew, sounds good to me. What are we trying to show here? Like, what is this? It almost looks like a heat map on this rock or something. So help me understand.
Yeah, this is more procedurally generated assets that Max has been doing. So this is out of Houdini, and all inside of a one procedural network, you control things like the noise, the erosion, and then from there, it generates textures, the low poly asset. So basically in like one click, you can generate 50 different assets. So if you go to the next slide, I think it should be next up. Yeah. Like I sent you a few things with like.
Is this what you wanted?
No, it'll come later. I'll explain it.
Are you talking about the ones that show multiple assets in the same screen? You're talking about this one? Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look at this one then.
Yeah. So if you can imagine, right, like Lorette's working on one of those rock assets from earlier. It takes quite a while to do that, but you've got a very specific goal and concept that you're working from. But with Halcyon C, because the team is wrapped up in other things at the moment, the modeling team, we have now evolved into doing things procedurally. And you're seeing an example of how many assets you can generate with one click. Once Max has done all of the work to get things to this stage, you click a button and it spits out 50 different versions for you to review. And then from an art direction standpoint and, from Mark's perspective, we can just go in and select. We actually said to him, can you please generate less, because we can't choose from all of the variations. They're all similar enough where we just whatever, we'll just choose what we can. But it's very exciting. I mean, this is the future of game development. It takes a very good technical artist to be able to pull this off and make it not look generated, to make it look the same quality as what an artist can create. But once you hit that level, that's when shit really hits the fan, because you no longer spend weeks and weeks and weeks building out assets. You make a really low poly base mesh and then generate a high version over the top of it.
Okay. That is fascinating. Yeah, it seems like as a creative, the challenge is going to be narrowing down what you're going to use. The computer's going to spit things at you, and narrowing it down is actually the creative decision, not necessarily creating it yourself. That's fascinating. We skipped over this one. Any comments on this, or is this just more work in progress?
Yeah, this is I don't know if people remember from that stream with Mark where we're in Halcyon C, but we have these giant cliffs, and this is the giant death rows that is clinging to those rock structures. So
okay,
in the lore, cool. Once again, some of these things will tie in, that it'll be explained what it actually is, but it's very cool. When you know the backstory, it's exciting.